Raj had never been a lucky man. He was born into a world where the cards were stacked against him, where the rich got richer and the poor got poorer. But somehow, despite all odds, he had managed to find love in the form of his arranged wife, Jyotsna. She was like a glimmer of hope in a dark, bleak world. And yet, even as he held her close on the morning of the fifth anniversary, he couldn't help but feel a gnawing sense of inadequacy. He was a man with humble means, and he knew deep down that Jyotsna deserved so much more than he could ever give her. But the winds of fate that day were finally blowing in Raj's favor. At work, after years of toiling away in obscurity, he had landed the project of a lifetime and had been made the project lead, entrusted with the success of the entire venture. It was a major stepping stone in his career, a moment he had always dreamed of. And as if that weren't enough, he had also been given a bonus check and a pay raise that would set him up for life. He finally felt like he had a real shot at providing for his wife in the way that she deserved. And so he made a decision. He would take Jyotsna to a fancy restaurant in town, a place where the food was fit for royalty and the atmosphere was one of opulence and grandeur. It was the least he could do to show his appreciation for all that she had done for him. As Raj and Jyotsna entered the restaurant, the clock was ticking past 11. The place was festooned with sparkling lights, and the air was heavy with the smell of good food. But as Raj gazed around the self-service eatery, his heart sank. This wasn't the anniversary surprise he had planned for Jyotsna. He had dreamed of taking her to a high-end restaurant with attentive waiters and delectable cuisine to celebrate the good news that he was bursting to share. But this wasn't it, not by a long shot. Jyotsna, however, seemed delighted with the place. She clasped his hand and whispered sweet nothings, urging him to sit and enjoy the night. Raj couldn't bear to disappoint her, not on this special day. But as they settled in and went through the menu, he couldn't help but feel the gnawing ache in the pit of his stomach. He told her that he had to find a way to make this evening unforgettable for her. A stranger sitting next to the table overheard this conversation. The stranger beckoned Raj to take a look upstairs, promising that it was a much fancier part of the restaurant. With a mix of hope and trepidation, Raj made his way up the stairs and peered around. The decor was indeed more opulent, but to his dismay, it was still self-service. Raj's disappointment was evident. He had wanted to give Jyotsna the world on their anniversary, but fate seemed to be working against him. The self-service restaurant, the fancy upstairs section that fell short of his expectations, it all added to his sense of helplessness. As he confided in a nearby patron about his dilemma, the man offered a glimmer of hope. There was a 5-star hotel only 5 kilometers away that could provide the eloquent evening Raj longed for. With a renewed sense of determination, Raj thanked the stranger and took off with Jyotsna in tow, racing against the clock before the restaurant closed its doors for the night. As soon as the light turned from red to yellow, Raj's heart started beating faster. He couldn't wait to take Jyotsna to the 5-star hotel and reveal the news of his promotion. Why couldn't the light turn green faster? Time was running out. He made a split-second decision and zigzagged his way out of the traffic, accelerating towards their destination. But in his haste, Raj failed to see the bus coming from the opposite direction, also trying to avoid the light turning red. The screeching of brakes and deafening sound of metal crashing into metal filled the air. The scooter collided with the front of the bus, and Raj and Jyotsna were thrown off. The world went black as they hit the pavement. Chaos unfolded on the street. People rushed to their aid and called for an ambulance. But Raj and Jyotsna watched from above, their souls hovering above their lifeless bodies. They cried tears of despair and regret, realizing that they were now beyond help.